4, 1, 2.
Let's hope it's all right now.
Alright, so beer addiction, Mike, with special guest Hal. Today we're going to be tasting the St-Ambroise Apricot Wheat Ale. I've had this many times. It's probably the best, well, it definitely is the best apricot ale I've ever had. The way that the wheat and the apricot complement each other, and the way that St-Ambroise has done this is fantastic. Well, we're going to do an official tasting today of this fine beer, and we'll see what together we can make of this. We have our tasters here, nice little ones to give us just a broad idea of what exactly.
Colors, very nice colors.
Very nice. There you go. You can pour one for yourself as well. And right away I got hit with the aroma. Like it hit my nose. The second that I gave that pour, I got hit with apricot.
True, right? For me, it smells a bit like, you know, those yogurt made of like apricot smelling like yogurt.
Yeah.
It has a really strong like aroma coming out of the beer.
Oh yeah, I definitely get that. I didn't think of that before, but yeah, it's definitely reminiscent to that. But the head it's not creamy, but it's also not, you know, one of those, I always call it soap heads that are just, you know, they're larger bubbles. Creamier have like all the small bubbles that like mesh together to make it look creamy, but this is somewhere in the middle.
Well, you can see it actually, the texture right there. You can see the
Yeah.
big bubbles
Yeah.
laced with the smaller ones in the middle.
Exactly, exactly. And for color, I mean, I'm getting like a really, really faint orange, but crystal clear.
Yes, it's crystal clear. You know, how do you say the things, the particles that floats in it? In some whiter beers.
In some whiter beers, yeah. Well, it's,
you don't see it.
You know, you definitely don't see it, and there's no. No, I know what you mean. Well, I mean, it's clear. There's not opaque, which is like what you get in some of those whiter beers.
I think like it's nearly transparent. It is transparent.
It is.
You see clearly your fingers.
Yeah, definitely. And for a wheat beer, just off the top of my head, from what I've experienced, from what I've made, from what I've tasted, a wheat beer with this level of clarity is fantastic. So let's go in for a taste.
Cheers.
See what we get. We definitely get apricot.
Yeah, I know. Eh? Really fruity. I'm starting like, you know, taste. You taste the fruit really well, and then it leaves a small aftertaste.
It does, and that is, I was about to say, we got it at probably perfect serving temperature right now.
Which is, how much is it?
I'm probably about 12. I think that's what it's at right now. Okay. It's cool, but it's not too cool. And it might be around 15. But that's exactly the place you want to be, where you get the refreshing taste of it, but no flavors are hidden. Because the colder the temperatures are, the more flavors will be hidden. And in this, that aftertaste you're getting is the wheat. It's coming through. Yes. And we really, really taste it. It leaves you kind of with not a bready aftertaste, but it's like a starchy kind of left on the palate. Of course. So that's what that is. So we'll go in for another mouthfeel and try to see what we can extract even more.
There is a bit of bitterness just at the end.
Just at the end.
Just a bit.
But it's very, very complemented with like the malt base and the sweetness, because there is sweetness to this. When I made my apricot ale, I used both dry apricots and apricot extract. I'm not exactly sure what St-Ambroise has done to this one, but I have a feeling that there might be some extract used in this, just from that really pure apricot taste you're getting. But there's definitely loads of real apricots used in this as well. And I would not believe that they're dried, because the dry ones left a certain taste in mine, whereas this is much more real fruit. And I mean, it's a general all-around great beer. Perfect in the summer. Drink this in the winter. Men, women, everyone will like that.
Students, engineers.
Yes, exactly. Accountants, everyone. Well. All right, so I mean, it's a very really well balanced beer. I mean, the esters you get, there are fruity esters, but it's mainly just apricot. I mean, I got like, for half a second, I got banana in the smell.
Really?
Yeah, I got that for a little bit, but it's extremely, like you don't taste that, and it's extremely faint in the smell, but I definitely get a little bit more of a tropical aromaness than.
This brings out like I remember like I used to buy these candies, you know, those gelatin peach candies.
Yes, yeah, that you pushed out.
Yeah, and it just if you smell it, really, has a bit of that hint.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, on a scale, I like to give the beers a rating on a scale of 1 to 5.
Oh.
So in the end of the day, for representing the style, what would you give this one here?
Very good question. Well, style you mean in terms of physical appearance? Or?
Well, style overall, like everything we just said, we're going from it being both a fruit beer and a wheat beer, and the general characteristics, its color, its scent, its...
Well, it's labeled as an apricot beer, and we can clearly smell this, you know, the sweet smell of apricot, the fruit. It feels like, you know, like if you close your eyes, you breathe in the beer, you can imagine yourself in a field with trees of apricots. And the color, beautiful. It's transparent, light. I really like this. It's almost, actually, it's kind of a light amberish color.
It is, light amber.
Amberish color. And of course, it tastes like apricots, and with a small hint of bitterness in the end. So I'll rate this a 4.5 on 5.
Yeah, I was going to give it a solid 4. I'm a little more picky in terms of my rating scale, but I think together, giving this like a 4.25, that's ideal, and it definitely deserves it. So, thanks, Hal. Thanks, St-Ambroise.
Merci, St-Ambroise.
Cheers.